we think of World War I, we picture trench warfare, mud and machine guns. We think of Britain, France and Germany. But what if I told you that over 140,000 Chinese workers served on the Western Front?
They weren't soldiers, they didn't carry rifles, but without them the war might never have been won. This is the story of the Chinese Labor Corps, the war's forgotten workforce.
By 1916, the Allied armies were stretched thin, not just in soldiers, but in manpower for labor, digging trenches, repairing roads, burying the dead, loading trains and unloading ships. Britain and France turned to a source far from Europe, China, then neutral but eager to show its value on the world stage. Thousands of Chinese men, mostly peasants from the Shandong province, signed up to work for the Allies. Many were told they'd be repairing roads or working in ports. Instead, they were shipped across oceans and continents on a journey through Canada, the US or via the Suez Canal, towards the killing fields of France. Their group would become known as the Chinese Labor Corps, the CLC.
They arrived by the tens of thousands, wearing armbands instead of uniforms. They worked long hours behind the front lines, 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week. They built dugouts, they repaired tanks, recovered bodies and cleared the battlefields long after the guns fell silent. They were paid less, treated as outsiders and often slept in fenced camps, segregated and overlooked. Some of them behind the lines were killed by shell fire, and others died from the Spanish flu or from accidents. So here on the cemetery just outside or just inside of West Oud-Outre are 3 graves from the Chinese Labor Corps. This guy died on the 25th of December 1917 and also this guy died on December 21st, 1917. It says a good reputation endures forever. And on this side there's also another Chinese Labor Corps guy, also died on the same date as them. And they are laying here peacefully, commonly buried with the Australians, Canadians and British forces.
More than 2,000 Chinese laborers died in France, though some estimates suggest the real number is much higher. Many are buried in Noyelles-sur-Mer, Boulogne, and other cemeteries marked with simple headstones, often inscribed only as a Chinese laborer of the Great War. When the war ended in 1918, most Chinese laborers were sent home, quietly, without a ceremony.
China hoped its support would earn its respect at the Treaty of Versailles. Instead, its demands were completely ignored. Territories in the Shandong region were handed towards Japan, sparking outrage and the birth of the May 4th movement in China. The Chinese Labor Corps faded into history, their sacrifice buried under silence. Only in recent years has the world begun to recognize the Chinese Labor Corps. Memorial has been raised in France, Belgium and even in the UK, honoring their labor, their loss and their legacy. Because war isn't just won by those who carry weapons, it's also won by those who carry the burden behind the front lines. They came thousands of miles from home. They dug, built and buried. They served, but without glory and without guns. But now we finally remember them. So I didn't even knew about this, that the Chinese were also helping the Allies during the First World War. I had never even heard about that until I did a tour for around 80 people from the Dutch Army, and they were staying at that house over there, the big house. And this cemetery was next to that. So we were eating, having a barbecue. And then before we left, I thought, hey, let's visit this small cemetery and see what type of regiments are here on this cemetery. And then we walked at the back of the cemetery, and there, these 3 graves from the Chinese Labor Corps were laying here. And I was pretty confused, didn't know anything about it until I looked it up. And that's the reason why I made this video about the Chinese Labor Corps. Like I said, it's something that many people don't know, that the Chinese were actually helping the Allies during the First World War. And it sums it up pretty cool. Like 140,000 of them came overseas all the way here to the Western Front to help the Allies with the First World War. And it's just insane that in my whole existence and with all the times I've been to the front lines and did on-site stuff, I never knew about the Chinese during World War I. Well, now I know, and you know as well. And the thing with this cemetery is there's a lot of different nations. There's Canadians laying here, there's Australian people laying here, people from Scotland, people from Britain. Also one French guy from the Second World War is laying there as well. And the Chinese. And not only a French guy from the Second World War, but also British guys from the Second World War. 1940, 1940, 27th of May, and even more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about the Chinese Labor Corps during the First World War. Like I said, I had no clue before, but now I do, and now you do as well. So this cemetery is in West-Outre. It's on the outskirts of Ypres. So if you are ever here in the area, try to visit the small cemetery and see those graves for yourselves. So yeah, if you like my videos and you want to support my work, I have a Patreon. I'll put a link in the description and you can support me there. And yeah, we got these fellow Commonwealth comrades laying behind me, and we'll end the video with these guys in remembrance to their highest sacrifice that they could do. And as well, the Chinese guys who are laying there buried with them. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Salute.